Let's go. And again, get up. Get up. Come on in. Get up. So we're doing what seems to have become an annual fixture at the Glenmore campsite next to Loch Morlich. It's an absolutely beautiful area, and it's quite a nice campsite, although the prices have gone a bit stupid since the lockdown and they got taken over by a new company. But it's only once a year, so I don't mind paying it too much. About 40 quid a night or something we've had to pay for 2 of us and 2 dogs. But this area is absolutely stunning. Blighted in recent times by wild campers. Bit more about them later. But it's still a beautiful area to visit, and in September it's just stunning. We're on our way up to the Green Lochan just now. It's a walk up alongside the Burn, which feeds Loch Morlich, and we'll head to the Green Lochan in a minute and we'll show you some of that. I'm loving this. This is a bit of natural flood defence where they've put willow in and weaved it along this bank which erodes. It's a living barrier, a living flood defence. Well done. Yeah. Fucking Dick thinks he can come up here and wild camp on his bike. There's no motor vehicles up here. Wanker. What you got, Mr. D?
Chickpea and spinach curry.
Nice. Fish and chips here in the youth hostel at Glenmore. First time I tried it. Dad, what are you wearing? Dad, what on earth are you wearing? Saws. What's come? Good boy. Yeah. You ready? There it is. Oh, you can't see it.
Oh, there it is. It's right. Oh no, it's the.
Nice, got it. Fishy here.
This is hard work, Dad.
Fishy here. Thank you. I brought my fishing rods and I was going to have a go at 10 cara in the Alpbahn, but that never happened, probably because alcohol. I also brought my pack raft and I was going to have a wee shot in Loch Morlich, but given the forecast of really strong winds, we've not done that, so we've opted for a wee walk around Loch Morlich. And the strong winds, fair enough, there's some horrendous gusts, but most of the time it's okay and there's a few folk out in the water, so I might have a go later on. We'll just have to wait and see. But the forecast has been terrible and so far we've missed it all, so fingers crossed that remains the case. Now, I mentioned wild campers yesterday. Now, I don't have a problem with wild campers at all. Proper wild campers, it's what I do. We'd go out to the woods, we find somewhere away from everyone, have a camp, pack up everything, go back in the morning, leave no trace. The problem around here is the growing trend of dirty campers, where they just pitch up in a car, pull out their big tents, gazebos and have a party in the woods, shite everywhere, piss everywhere and leave all their crap everywhere, and most of the time they don't even pack up their tents and that, they just leave it. And that's the problem that this area has now. Now, last night after the pub we went and took a walk with the dogs to the beach at Loch Morlich, and we counted 13 tents in the time that we were there. One of them was an active party. The night before there was people in the loch high on mushrooms at 3:30 in the morning, and that's not a good scene. So they're going to spoil it for everyone, I think. We're going to end up having a ban like at Loch Lomond, and it's probably about time. It's probably about time. And the people that go up in the hills and do events and need to wild camp somewhere, they won't be affected because they won't be anywhere near roads, and they'll just, what they're doing here is they're coning off the sides of the road so people can't park. They're just making it more difficult for that kind of behaviour to happen, and it's such a shame. It's people like me maybe even a little bit responsible for it, for sticking it on social media where you're having a good time and making it look like it's totally glamorous and fun, and that attracts your people who maybe can't afford to go away, like on lockdown, or since lockdown. Mrs D's tutting at me, time to move on.
Touch. I did not tut.
Oh.
I did not tut.
She tuts at me. Winter is coming. Quavers, anyone? This legend is 14, and he used to be the fittest and most agile dog ever, but age has finally got him, and he's just about deaf, just about blind, and he can't do what he used to do, but he still tries. But today he's developed a limp. Such a shame to see him struggling. He did 8k with us yesterday and went out for 6k, but there's something wrong with his back leg there. I've had a look and I can't see anything. I think he got stung by a wasp, but he is limping now. Poor thing. I might have to go and get the van so he doesn't have to walk the whole way. Yeah. I once came flying down here racing John Young and I went to overtake him and hit that bridge barrier right there. An orange summer season, 20 mile an hour to 0 in 0 seconds. I was okay, strangely. Sorry duckies, sorry. They're coming for you, honest. Nay bother. We're back at the Vine. We've done 6.75 kilometres walking around Loch Morlich. Axel made it. He's pooped up. That'll be him for the rest of the day now, until tea time anyway. He's still full of bones. Full of bones? Full of beans. Very wishes he was full of bones. And then we'd have some white dog poo. I don't know what the solution is for these dirty campers. Hopefully if my time warp thing came off, you'll have seen all of the bollardy cone things that they've put there to stop a lot of them, but it's not stopping them. I think education is probably just the answer to it, and just telling people what the country code is. You have to ask yourself before you go out, are you going out to enjoy the countryside, or are you just going out to get pissed with your mates? If you're going to get pissed with your mates, then you're in the wrong place. Or if you're a person with a conscience who's going to get pissed with their mates, then tidy up all your shite and take it with you. It's not someone else's job to tidy up after you. We'll just end up with camping bans, more rangers with more powers, and everybody loses out. Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. I don't know what else can be done really. You need to tell half the country that it's not a free-for-all in Scotland. You can't just pitch up anywhere and do whatever the hell you like. That is not the case. You have to act responsibly in the country. Depressing, but also it's still enjoyable here. It's not gone over the edge yet, but it does look like a shanty town at times, and smells like one. So if you're thinking of coming to Loch Morlich for some wild camping, you're not getting it to yourself. You'll be sharing it with a heap of other people pissing and shitting everywhere in a shanty town. Aye. Right, I'm going to shut up now before I start swearing and ranting. Okay, I use external screens. They're the best for condensation and keeping the light out. But I have this thing here, this strap here, which doesn't attach to anything, so this bit here flaps away. So my solution for years has been to use these little sticky on hooks, but this is just whipped off and I found it right across the other side of the road. It's about 20 metres away, so I've doubled up now. Hopefully the two of them will keep it down. So they keep getting massive gusts of wind. Exciting times, hunkering down. There's a face YouTubers do when it's really windy and rainy outside their tent or van. It's a bit like this. I think we're having to learn it tonight, because most of the time it's calm and then we're just suddenly getting hit with feels like hurricane force winds. There's people struggling with awnings and tents and everything out there. Carnage. So I'm feeling a bit stuffed after going to the youth hostel again tonight for tea. We tried the Pine Marten Bar and that was just too busy. There was too many folk in there. I was surprised at that. So I went to the youth hostel and had the steak pie and mash, and it was absolutely huge. Can't recommend that enough. The fish and chips is good and the steak pie is good. So if you're coming this way, you've got the Pine Marten Bar or you've got the youth hostel. Excuse me. I used to have a Glenmore Lodge as well, but they're not serving food to the public this year because they can't get enough chefs. That's a real problem in this area. So aye, had a great time here this weekend. Loving it. We'll be back again. Morning after the storm. Hi folks, this is Back at Home Pete here. While you watch me drive all the way up to the ski centre on Cairngorm, up the ski road, I'd just like to clarify a couple of things. We did see quite a lot of tents. I think I counted 13. Now, in the morning when we went walking, there was only a couple of those left. And I have to say that there was not carnage left behind. There was not rubbish left behind. There weren't bottles or big piles of shite. There was a couple of dodgy napkins and a couple of disposable vapes on this occasion, just in case anyone points the finger at me and says, we were in the forest tonight, you were there and we didn't leave a mess. No, you might not have left a mess on this occasion, but there are quite a few occasions where people do leave their shite and their tents behind. Now, I don't want to paint too negative a picture. It is an absolutely stunning area still, and it's still well worth a visit. But to say that there isn't a problem would be a lie. I hope a resolution can be found where wild camping, sensible wild camping, is sustainable in the area along with the tourism. But thanks for watching the video. If you're thinking of visiting Glenmore, please do. If you're thinking of visiting Aviemore, please do. Just be responsible when you're there. Thanks for watching. Cheers now. Bye.
I did not tut.